Good morning and welcome back to Rev Endurance Sports. And I probably should do a series of these things of like, when you're just getting ready to roll and this happens? Well, okay, so this is what just happened to me. I broke the valve core on my valve. So, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, this is the valve core, and it's got a little one-way check valve, right? So you put air in and it stops the air from escaping. Well, this little piece broke. So now, there's no air in the tire, right? So if this happens to you, hopefully you have a valve core removal tool on your cap, like this muck off one, or have one of these stands removal tools, or you have these little valves here, which oftentimes they will come with your valve extenders. So no need to panic if you have one of those, or as I mentioned earlier, one of these. Once you have that, then you can take one of your tubes that might be sitting around, just remove the valve core and install your tube. Now this is a tube that's been hanging around a long time. It actually has a patch on it, and it's probably, it's a 2532, because you used to be able to just get 700 by 23, 700 by 25, but then the bike industry got smart and they said, or thrifty, and they said, we're no longer going to do specific tubes like that. We're just going to do a huge range. So sometimes you'll get tubes that are 700 by 20 to 28, and this one is 25 to 32. Well, once you do that, then all you have to do is screw this guy in here, and you're good to go. So you screw that in, tighten it down with your little guy here, and you're ready to rock and roll. I'm going to try to do this one-handed because a lot of times the valve, this gold part will start to spin on you, so sometimes you need to hold that too, but I'm going to try to do that while shooting live. Oh, seems like it's doing fine. I'm sorry, this is really hard to shoot one-handed, especially because the camera wants to focus on other things. Maybe if I'm far enough away from it, it'll do it. So you see, you just remove this old, it must be really hard for you folks to see that, but just remove that. See, and that's all that's left of it. And then you take the new one and then you screw that in. And I'm a righty, so this is sometimes hard with my left hand. Find your wrench flats again, and then just screw that on. So it's really nice to have these muck-off valves, and they're pretty pricey, but you get, see how this is starting to spin? So I need two hands to finish off this job, but you get the idea. So what I had to do off camera is I needed to hold the base of this with one hand, and with the other hand screw that on. One last feature that I want to show you about these muck-off valves, and as long as and look, I'm not sponsored by Muck-Off, and this is not a paid advertisement, but see that little wrench flat there? So a lot of times folks will tighten down the valve, tighten down this jam nut super tight because they see a leak. And generally speaking, that's your tape job that needs to get redone. So don't keep tightening this down and tight, because when you're out on the road and your tubeless has failed all your sealant is gone, your dyno plugs have failed, you need to remove this so that you can put a regular tube in. And then this is going to be jammed on there so tight, and I've seen this before. So this has little wrench flats on it, so it's nice. If you do need to remove it, you can at least put a tool on it. And you know, I've done all kinds of weird stuff with a multi-tool that did not have the wrench flats for certain things, and I was able to make it work. Sometimes two multi-tools from another rider, one of yours and one of theirs. All right, well, that's all for today. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you up the road.